Those guys are very funny. What is big about our campaigns? For them, even people go for burial, they give them allowances. We have been out in the countryside where people are basically being facilitating themselves. We never ferry anybody on our rallies. We never organize, we are the headquarters. We never organize any of the meetings. In Busoga, it was Honorable Batua and Honorable Aga. In Imbarara, it was Honorable Mwijuche, Chairman Katembea. In Kasese, it was Honorable Dr. Nicholas Kamara and colleagues. In Rukunjiri, it was Honorable Naboth and former MPs. In Kasese, it was Honorable Harold Muhindo and Honorable Nzo and colleagues. And whoever has been there will see they were never rich campaigns. We move with only 2 vehicles, just 2 vehicles. We sleep in colleagues' houses, only where we find in Imbarara, where a colleague, Mr. Katembe, has a hotel. So we basically have no budget for those kind of campaigns. So they are only scared when we are developing a people's movement, where Ugandans and those desperate for change are gathering resources to make sure we get this kind of change.
Now, Najala Nkumbi also says that during the tenure of retired Colonel Dr. Kizza Besigye, he never accounted for money, and probably is using some of that money he obtained during his tenure, in which there was no accountability, to fund these activities. What's your take on that? Again, that is another kind of madness.
During the tenure of Dr. Besigye, there was even money, never money, from government. It was basically money from people's pockets. It was contribution, like the way now we are moving. You can't even ask me a budget for Mbarara. I never set a budget in Mbarara. I never set a budget in Rukunjiri. All we have gone. So we only take ourselves and calculate it as a contribution to the party. So actually, I think that is when the party was very strong. In those days, when the contributions were by the people. And now it is the reason why we are building a movement. We are building an organization that is anchored on the people, because in Najala Nkumbi, it is a question of bosses. Whoever has money can take the day. So whatever they are talking about, I think they feel we are taking the limelight. They're trying to share it, as Saya said. There's no bad publicity. So they want to come, there are places where you go at a function, and the drunkard eventually come and appears in the dancing floor. So that's the way I see the guys that side.
Interesting illustration there of a drunkard. But now let me ask, maybe finally and briefly, if you may, are you now leaving the formal structures and going informal?
No, actually, it is we who have the real formal structures. We have the structures from the village up to the top. What you've seen, NBS, we want to thank you. You've been recovering it very well. What you are seeing is what we call having structures. It is structure that can actually do what we are doing. If you are informal, basically Uganda passes as informal. So our colleagues are informal. They never created structures. Now they feel jealousy of what we are building.